All right, y'all. So I just got home and it seems like I was tagged about an hour ago about God Toppo's entire kit here. So the Toppo Spotlight is live and the content creators have posted it online. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at here. I haven't seen anything about what God Toppo does except for his ultimate, which looks pretty good. So again, usually they're very unique with how they design these kits. We're going to take a look here and break everything down, but let me know what you guys are thinking about God Toppo if you've already seen him. If not, let's just hop right into this reaction. Then we'll kind of break down everything as it goes on, right? All right, so he does just start off as God Toppo is what I think here. I guess we'll see. I thought he might be a transformation character, but who knows? So, okay, he has a little Toppo whirlwind spin right there. Pretty cool. There's the Hakai, which looks like it attacks multiple enemies. Okay. Which is really interesting. And here's his ultimate is what I assume. That is a pretty wide range so far. Okay, but let's see. All right, so the description for this guy is that he's, of course, a damage character. God of Destruction who deals constant damage through branding enemies with the mark of destruction. So is he like a DOT character? He might be like a damage over time based character. Okay. Seize victory for your team by denying enemies their escape and steadily whittling away their strength. So it looks like he could be like a debuffer damage over time character. Let's see what he's doing with each of his different skills. So this is his passive skill. I won't be fighting for justice any longer. Looks like he gets a speed buff, and there's the mark of destruction, which you see a little beer symbol right there. So this is just from any attacks. So applies movement speed up to self when moving towards enemies who have been marked with the mark of destruction. So in this situation, he's moving towards Super Saiyan Goku. The effect is greater the more stacks there are. So you're able to stack this multiple times on a single enemy. So, okay, see. And mark of destruction looks like it deals damage over time, as we're seeing right here. So it's not only the damage that he's dealing himself, but if the enemy is marked, they're taking damage over time. I wonder if that counts as an actual stagger. Like, will that like stagger the enemy, or not stagger? Will it like hit some of the enemy a little when they're trying to move away or something like that? That could be very oppressive. I assume not, considering DLT doesn't really work like that. And he does get the movement speed up as well. So he's gonna be able to like he's gonna be really good at getting picks off, I think. Like if you're, especially like, I think this is really good like mid-late game, but if you're in a situation where there's kind of like equal God of Destruction towers and you're trying to fight for Ribrianne or Jacko, or trying to secure a tower, if you run into one person and you focus on one person, this will be really good at getting that person like kind of just like killing them, right? And you get a pick, and then now it's a 4v3, and now you could really rush in and kind of whittle everyone else down, is what I'm thinking Toppo would be good at. But let's keep seeing. So rush attack, it's just a physical attack, extends the duration of mark of destruction, and it also shortens skill cooldown when you land it. So kind of like Piccolo right there, of course excluding super attacks. When you hit an enemy with a mark of destruction, okay. Shortens cooldowns more when the target is an enemy hero. Then the the more stacks, I can't even talk. The more stacks there are, the more cooldowns are shortened. So you see right here, he has 2 stacks, and he starts off with just, so he already is starting off with 2 stacks right here. And it doesn't really explain how we apply mark of destruction. I assume that's through his skills. Like, he could apply more over time, because we saw he applies it through skills. Yeah, okay, so destructive blast, fires of energy. What? Chat, I cannot read today. That's completely my fault. Fire a barrage of energy blast in a set direction. He will apply mark of destruction and can move while attacking. So he's able to just kind of move it around. So, I mean, doesn't look like it lasts for a while. It does like okay damage, I guess. I think the main purpose of this is really to apply the mark of destruction. I could see maybe there's multiple like let's say maybe when you activate the skill you have 2 different charges of it, and maybe at skill level 3 you have 3 different charges of it. This doesn't seem like it's going to be a skill that's like your damage dealing one. It's mostly just to apply like mark of destruction. Or maybe it's like you have 1, and then at level 3 you have 2 of them, and you could double apply the mark of destruction. It could be interesting. So this right here, okay, wow. Rapidly rotate to deal a series of strike attacks to the surrounding area. You apply Mark of Destruction and deals more damage the more destruction stacks there are, and you can move while it's attacking. I mean, that is a pretty big range, and we see right here 148 damage with each one of these. I mean, keep in mind, guys, if you didn't know, snowball stacks do increase the damage that DOT deals, and I assume this is without snowball stacks as well. Okay, then the last one is a Sphere of Destruction Tempered. So, assume a fighting stance and you unleash an avoidable energy blast against nearby enemies who attack during it. Oh. So, yeah, here's a little aura right there. So, if they're attacking you, this is kind of like a counter. Yeah, so it's a counter move. Applies Mark of Destruction to who you hit. You gain extra HP as well as energy defense up. I mean, okay, he just has like a tank move. Why didn't they just make him a tank? I guess I don't know. That's there have to be like tanks coming for like the next season, right? So maybe they have plans for tanks and they're like, yeah, there's too many. Let's get this guy. I mean, with a skill like this, looking at him, I think he has like the skill set of like a tank character. Honestly, is what I'm kind of seeing. I guess he doesn't have any CC to be fair. But like DOT could be interesting. I mean, if he had like maybe if this move kind of had like movement speed down or a stagger or something like that, like where's the whirlwind, he could have been a tank character very easily, especially with a move like this. But this looks really cool. So the more you're attacked while it's in stats, the more damage still. Keep in mind, even though you have energy defense up, you could probably still be killed through this, but this is really interesting if you're able to time it right. And again, this could be good in just like a situation where you're outnumbered as well. Like maybe you might be able to take advantage of it, applying the Mark of Destruction. This could be good if you're like in a 3v2 or a 1v2. So again, here it is against multiple enemies right there. Wow, that did a ton of burst damage right there. If this is without snowball stacks, I mean this is definitely like his most damage dealing kind of ability. If you can get some nasty stuff with this, man. In a team fight, you 2v3. I'm looking here, like this is gonna be crazy. Potentially applying the stacks as well. So the super attack is the massive sphere of destruction. Oh my goodness, look at that range right there. Unleash a sphere with destructive energy at a set position. It contracts an impact, finishing with an explosion that deals extra damage. If the enemy also has a Mark of Destruction, the entire stack will be consumed to deal extra damage, and then deals more damage the more stacks there are. So I really want to see how long the stacks last for. So that's 2 stacks. Oh my goodness, that is a very devastating ultimate. That's very crazy. So I mean, okay, what you could do is you could do, I mean, well, you probably will do skill 1 into skill 3 and then ultimate, because like when you use this, like I guess you could do this into ult as well with this move. Yeah, this move into ult could be kind of crazy potentially. Okay, I mean, and this will just like consume the stack, so it's instead of doing the DOT damage, you just will do the extra damage with the ultimate, which, I mean, what is that? 14,000 damage. That's a lot of damage right there. And I assume that's without so much stacks. So with 2 stacks of Mark of Destruction, you do basically double the damage you would usually do with this. Okay. Dude, again, I don't know how many, like, if they have snowball on this guy or not. We don't know the cooldowns. Like, there's so much to really still see about Toppo. I think he looks very good. The only thing with him is that he's not going to be good at securing, I feel like this is not like a secure type of guy right there. I mean, I guess maybe he could use this to secure. It depends, because I guess if this does, because Trunks is described, like if we take a look at Trunks's description, his description of killing an enemy with the skill does also apply to objectives as well, like, you know, let's say Nappa, Raditz, you guys know what I mean, where this passive skill, well, it does say enemy God of Destruction or a boss. This is only just an enemy, because I was gonna say if this could activate against a boss, that could be good. I assume it won't though. So the only thing I see with God Toppo is that you're gonna, like, you have to save his ultimate for a secure, which is not like it's gonna be like a bad option for a secure, but its whole gimmick is that it will do extra damage based off of the mark of destruction. Otherwise, it's probably not going to be super impressive, right? You want mark of destruction stacks on the enemy ideally, and I assume this is not something that will be applied to bosses, but I can't say 100%. I'm only going off, the wording will obviously be, I mean, well, sometimes some of the wording in the game is kind of not. Anyways, we'll see when he's in game. I'm excited. This guy looks like a very good character. Definitely more fight orientated than like objective orientated though. So I'm not 100%. If you're running this guy, you definitely want someone who could secure really well, Super Saiyan Goku. I think it's a great secure option that maybe you could go. Toppo might be more of a bottom lane guy, because I could see this move being really good for like the Cell Juniors right here, but that is also maxed out. So I can see Toppo's bottom lane potentially, just because, though at the same time, like, if you take him top lane against a squishy technical, he could probably like zone them down and kill him. So I really want to see, but let me know what you guys are thinking about God Toppo. Again, I think it looks quite powerful. He will be out in what, like 5-ish days or so, but once his actual details are tweeted out, we should have the exact knowledge. Thanks y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Nothing else matters, only destruction. Time to win!